So I recently found Triple X one, not Xander Cage, not the Return of Xander Cage, but the original Xander Cage on YouTube, free to watch in its entirety. So I found Xander Cage, the original movie, and I watched it, and I'm thinking, like, the way I remember it, it was pretty much exactly how I remembered it. The way I remembered it is, back in the 90s, from what I understand, there were a lot of pitches, like quick explanation pitches about what people are trying to do. So Buffy is like hot blonde, goes into an alley, a monster shows up, but instead of eating her, she punches it. And that kind of, something like that happened at the start of Buffy, the TV show, but it was like different. It was like, Darla, surprise, motherfucker, I'm not the innocent girl, I'm gonna eat you, blah, blah, blah. But Xander Cage is basically this. Like a goofy-looking, James Bond-looking dude is, like, knocks out some guy, gets a thing, runs to hide, blah, blah, blah. And he runs into a Rammstein concert, and he's like trying to get to the stage, gets to the stage, guy gets shot, and he gets, he does a surf. He gets, what do you call them? Where they move you around with the hands, and no one notices that this guy's he is like shot. This one guy with the suit got shot. Now I forgot about that part where, like, he actually does the surfing, crowd surfing, I think it was called. But I do remember Yelena, like, having these tales where she's, like, sad about murder and whatever. So it's a major plot point. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The entire movie is, you're a 14-year-old, You're LARPing one of those cool guys in their early 20s that do sports stuff, extreme sports stuff. Huzzah, here's the evil government. Here's them ignoring your rights and doing shit to you. Huzzah, you are now under the employ of the US government. Because you can actually blend in, unlike the James Bond looking motherfuckers. Wanna be James Bonds. Like, you can actually fit in, and the first thing you do is like, hey, yo, that's a cop. And you fit in. And you get all the information, everything's done in a second, but then evil government tells you, nah, you gotta do more. Because evil government likes to change the deal a lot. Right, so this is from Xander Cage's perspective. And the whole thing about Xander Cage is, don't think rationally. Think of things as a video game. How do we solve this like a video game? Literally, how do we solve this like a video game? Even when he gets his first actual kill where he kills the bad guy, he almost gets crushed by a giant door. Why is there a giant door? Because he needs to almost get crushed. Because people like fucking had a bunch of beers, sat around and talked about how do you do a spy adventure as a not James Bond, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing, though. From my perspective, if I were to go to a tropical island vacation, right, with this super hot, badass chick that's like an ex-spy, whatever, I would just bring her along on every single one of my missions. Like, ad nauseum. Or, like, tell her to stay safe as I go on missions and blah, blah, blah. Until she decides to join me on missions. And here's the thing. I don't really buy Xander Cage, of all people, not having children. Xander Cage looks like the type of guy who would absolutely have 1 million kids. You know? Xander Cage... So... Here's my take. I always thought it would be I think it would be funny if you got Xander from Buffy now an old man, goofy looking old Xander. And you called him Xander Page. And people confuse him for Xander Cage. And he's like, no, what missiles? What the hell is happening? And then Xander Cage shows up, and he's like a badass and beats the shit out of people. And Xander Page, has to accompany him on his, quest. And Xander, there is about to leave Xander with, Nina Dobrev, who is in a safe house with, 4 hot chicks. She fucked 4 hot chicks, and Xander's telling her stuff, blah blah blah. He's standing, she's in bed. There's a bunch of naked hot women around her, and one of the girls lifts her head and just quickly hides her face, and then Xander's like, what? And then she's slowly reaches out for a pillow and hides her face, and the guy's like, name. Yelena Jr., is that you? And Nina Dobrev is let's call her Elena or something or whatever, or Cindy or whatever. And it's like, hey, isn't that the name of your daughter? No. Who is Cindy? And Xander's like, that's my girl. Are you fucking a 20-year-old? Are you dating a 20-year-old? And he's like, no. No, and she's like, no, that's my dad. Well, she has the pillow over her head, and she's like, and Nina Dobrev is panicking in her face, and she's like, oh, I'm a nerd again. Oh my god, oh. And Xander's just smiling. It's alright, honey. Everybody's got needs. and the fat Xander's in the background as just standing there being very nervous. Right? So the rest of the adventure, you forget about, he basically does not involve his daughter at all in the adventure, but at some point there's a sniper shot helping him out, and he's like, who's that? And Nina Dobrev on the phone, and she's like, blah blah blah, and Xander's like, what the hell? And then he sees his daughter, he realizes his daughter is using the sniper rifle, and then he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? All of a sudden the dad comes out fuck a bunch of chicks in a hotel room in a city part of town. Fine, I don't give a flying fuck. You're good girl, go. Show up at my workplace with a sniper rifle. Boo, 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 boo. I think that would be the funniest way to continue the Xander Cage legacy. I'm just saying, it would be fucking hilarious.